Hello, fabulous people. This is the Together podcast, and this is the place where Sharice and I come together to help you get it together for your everyday business life. So we hope you enjoy. All right. So today, this is the Together podcast. This is where Sharice and I come together to help you get it together. I love being here with you guys. And today we're going to talk about the confident leader look. Like, what does a confident leader look like? And Sharice is going to give us some image strategies that's going to increase our influence as a confident leader. And I'm going to say some things just personality-wise that I've just noticed over the years with confident leaders. And I'll jump in kind of wherein with my couple of 2-3 points. But Sharice, you got it. So the confident leader look, how do we look more confident as a leader? What can we do? What are some image strategies that we can implement?
Okay. Yep, that's definitely my space, definitely my people, and definitely my job to show up looking confident. And especially when you are in leadership, you should always be looking good and feeling good, regardless for you personally, right? But when you are in a position where you are leading people, you lead in every area, and then you lead before you say a word, right? So I always, my thing is captivate the audience before you say one word. Before you open your mouth, captivate your audience. So, so think about it, okay? Just even when you were young, the people who led you in, some of your favorite jobs or some of your least favorite jobs, or even your programs you were in, or your teachers, right? Which teachers stuck in your head? Which ones were the ones you remembered the most, right? And a lot of them, the way they looked, it's what stuck in your head. So whether it was good or bad, it stuck in your head. And not that it was bad a lot, but just, they might have been, I just remember I had a teacher who he reminded me of Richard Simmons. When I got older, I realized oh man, Mr. Kohler remind me of Richard Simmons. And but I will never ever forget him, because that's just who he looked like. That's the impression that I have of him. I have another teacher, my psychology teacher, who was just very well dressed. He reminded me of okay, it's another singer. Hold on, light skin with the beard. Okay, I can't think of it. Anyway, it was a singer.
Was London? I just saw him. He was light skinned with a beard. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No. An older singer. It'll come to me in a minute. But anyway, he reminded me of him. And well-dressed, very well-dressed women, who would come in dressed up every day. Because back in our day, the women were dressed up. Like they had on their suits and their skirts and their blouses. They looked pretty. They had their makeup on, so it was that first impression for me. Some people I will never get that image out of my head. So think about that when it comes to you. How do you make people feel when they encounter you? When it comes to how you look, how do you make people look? I mean, how do you make people feel once they encounter you and once they walk away from you? How do they feel? Of course, you want to greet them with good energy. We know that. For me, that's a given. You're not greeting people with good energy. You need to go back where you came from and fix it. Fix the energy.
Okay. I want to give you guys some practical steps on that real quick, because I think that is so important.
Yeah.
That if you have an event, first of all, if you have an event, you're the leader, you're the head person of the day. I need you to know and anticipate that 1 to 2 things are going to go completely wrong. I don't want you getting caught off guard by it, because then you get frazzled, like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And you carry in that energy. All right. So plan as much as you can, but I also
Yeah.
need you to know that something's going to go crazy. And
Hmm.
so if you say, okay, I know something's going to be crazy and I'm going to be ready for it to react calmly when it does, then you're ready for it. Like
Hmm.
something is going to go crazy with the day. It just
Yeah.
always happens. The projector breaks up. Everybody got the building mixed up. Like it something the road was tore up. Like something's going to go wrong. And so plan for it as a leader. You are a troubleshooter. You um take care of the hard things. So as a leader, I would love for you to just know something's gonna go wrong. And
Yeah.
I want you to purpose to be calm, to
Yeah.
not get frazzled, no matter
Hmm.
what it is. The
Hmm.
sky is falling. All right, the sky is falling. Does that mean we need to move the event inside? What does that mean? Like, I need you to be calm. And so that's one of the things that go with your look of getting that energy right of expecting something to go wrong. It's one
Yeah.
of those things like we're going to hope for the best, but we're going to plan for the worst because we're in leadership. And so
Yes.
people are going to take their cues from us. And so I
Hmm.
really want you guys, anytime you have a day where you're going to have an event, the night before or the morning of, making
Hmm.
sure you have a quiet moment where you get yourself still.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
like essentially you can bend and not break. Like
Yeah.
the storm and the craziness can happen. And in the middle of it, of all your people saying, oh, what we gonna do? You take a deep breath and say, we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Give me all of the facts. And I think that's another thing in being a confident leader, your look, that look of calmness, that look of stillness, that look
Yeah.
of, I got it all together, even in your mind, where you going to be
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't know what
Yeah.
I'm going to do, but don't let it come out on your face. I think that's
Yeah.
important for a confident leader look. So the
Yeah.
practical step is before you have an event day, take some time and just get quiet and still, and so
Hmm.
that you can remember that stillness and take it into the day.
Hmm.
Also, you're going to hope for the best and plan for the worst. Like,
Hmm.
so you may need to go through each part of your um, day to see, okay, what if it rains? This is where I would move. If it's outside, this is where I would move it event. If the projector stops, this is how I'm gonna do. If the lighting is off, this is what we would do instead. And so have some backup plans already, which is gonna help you with that confident leader look. So when your
Yeah.
team is like, oh my God, the sky's falling, what are we gonna do? All right,
Hmm.
everybody take a deep breath. This is what we're gonna do. You've
Yeah.
thought about it a little bit already. Okay, go back to you to the actual like strategies.
Yeah. And then also we go back to first for me,
Mhm.
clarity, just being prepared
Mm,
and
mhm,
clear. Like clarity is, yes, something is going to go wrong. So let me handle the things that I can control right on the
mhm,
front end. That's
mhm,
my energy. That's how I
mhm,
look. Let's make sure we know something else is going to go wrong. So let's make sure that this look is together and we're not having clothing malfunctions and we're not having hair
mhm,
malfunctions and things like that, right? The team is
mhm,
on point, a backup plan when it comes to what you're
mhm,
wearing and how you look, physically. So,
mhm,
same thing with energy. It's like, okay, if something's going to go wrong, if I know I'm at capacity, I need to step away and put who on the team can I say I can delegate and say, hey, can you go handle this? I need to step away. I'll
mhm,
be back in 5 minutes, right?
mhm,
Extremely important to hold up your composure. So if you
mhm.
haven't composed yourself the night before, the morning before, it's going to be very hard for you to compose yourself in the midst of whatever the chaos, right? And
Mhm,
chaos is, it's chaos is capacity. What people call chaos, right? Some people operate very well in it, and other people cannot. You
mhm,
need to know who you are. You need to know
mhm,
how your team functions. And that's why organization is so important. You know, I consider myself not the most organized. I am becoming a very organized woman because when you have a VA and you have project managers, because you're no longer operating as a one woman show because you have a team, you can show up different,
mhm,
right? You can show up as a confident leader because you have a team that you can depend on. So let's talk about that team.
mhm.
Let's talk about
The topic we get on a lot when it comes to so many solopreneurs. And I know so many people are in many different positions. I work with a lot of women who own salons for many
it.
years.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and now they're one woman shows,
Yeah.
right? They're not managing the capacity of a salon or a salon at all. They may just be in a salon suite and have kind of even yourself, Natalie, I told you our lives so parallel.
They
When
do. Yeah.
so when you're not, managing a big massive brick and mortar with humans in it anymore, it changes the whole dynamic, right?
Yeah.
But you're still managing people and you're still leading people. So you still have to show up, in a leadership capacity. But what does that look like now?
Right.
Right. And it's like organization is the key. I literally, I was telling you, I think a week or two ago, my life changed so much when I came out of the
Yep.
salon into the salon suite and out of the salon suite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking like, who and what am I managing? You would think that you would become so much more organized, but when your life was
Right.
built when the organization you did have was built around having people to manage and see after, it's different. So those are the
Yeah.
things that I talk to my clients about. Well, no, your nervous system has to be regulated totally different now because that's not where you are anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
you're not getting up at 3, 4, 5 in the morning to get to the salon and open up and make sure things are clean and ready for the clients to start coming in. If that's not your life anymore, you got to get up and you got to go to a client, or
Yeah.
you're going to a studio where it's just you and maybe an assistant, or you're just going to the computer. And I need people to hear and understand, like, why am I all over the place? Your whole life has changed. So now you have to adjust
Yeah.
to this new space. But let's be clear, you're still the leader. You're still a great leader. You just kind of things changed. So
Mm-hmm.
now you got to lead in a different way. That has
Mm-hmm.
been a huge, a huge shift for me and my clients. I'm excited because I'm able to speak to them from that space truly,
Mm-hmm.
and remember, like you have to remember who you are. You're still a leader. That
I want
hasn't
to
changed.
say, I want to normalize this for everybody because something's going on right now where everybody kind of went online and home for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's been this wave of people coming back.
Yeah.
And that's really has been because the leadership hasn't been able to transition to knowing how to manage online.
Yeah.
And so one of the
Yeah.
things that's happening is previously KPI, key performance indicator. How do I know that you're performing? How do I know that you're doing the work? Was visual. I see you at your desk, so I assume you're working. You could be over there playing Minesweep, but I see you intently at your desk, and I assume you're working. And so the assumption is, if I can't see you, then you're not working. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
now it's very interesting that the leadership is not comfortable. Not that the KPIs, because there are some people who were more productive at home than they ever were at the office. I'm
Yeah.
actually, even though I'm not greatly productive at home, I'm more productive at home than I'm in the office because I like to run my mouth. I want to talk to
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So at home, I talk to it's me and Netflix. And so it's very interesting. It's the leadership that's causing this shift and gathering people back to the office. And so
Mm-hmm.
you, as the leader, you got to know how to change and shift.
Yeah.
You really have to,
Mm-hmm.
because you're setting your organization back by not. And I think that's one of the other things. And I just heard Michelle Obama say this the other day about leadership not knowing how to change and adapt to new ideas. And so I think that's one of the things about being a confident leader is knowing that your ideas may not be the best ideas, that
Yeah.
some of your ideas may be dated just
Yes.
because
Yes.
you've just gotten further from your training. Um, And being able to sit in that, to
Yeah.
say, I don't have to have the idea. Oh, somebody just told me this yesterday, y'all. It was so good. They was like, being right is optional, being profitable is mandatory. You are exactly right. And
That's
that's one
good.
thing for leaders to think about. Like, it's wonderful to have an idea to be right about this, to be right about that. But are we profitable? So if I got to be wrong and get somebody else in here who has a great idea, that doesn't affect me as a leader. It doesn't make me less than as a leader if I don't have the brilliant idea. Because
Right,
we're going
right.
for profitable, not just me being
Yeah,
right, not the ego stuff. And so that's
yeah.
one of the things in being a competent leader is letting ego go so you can just stand. I'm gonna have to
Mhm.
get that list. She had a whole list of just stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
good.
Being right is optional. Be profitable. Be profitable. Oh, that's mandatory. I was
That's
like, oh, that's
mandatory.
me right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to just meditate on that one a minute.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Yeah.
what else about being a leader?
So let's talk about are you a real leader?
Ooh.
Are you a true leader, or is that a position that you were just put in? Because a
Mm,
lot of us, I think in corporate America, what I've seen from behind the scenes, right? I've seen a lot of people be put in positions that they weren't ready for,
mm-hmm.
and I would say in entrepreneurship, you have no choice. It's not an
Right.
option. You have to be a good leader to
Mm-hmm.
yourself and your business and your team and your contractors. Like you just have to figure that out. It's something that I didn't really understand early on. I didn't even know I was an entrepreneur. I don't know when I learned the word entrepreneur. It wasn't very early on in my business. I just knew I worked for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
my taxes look different
How about that
than
part?
a job.
That part.
So, are you a real leader? I mean, no, excuse me, let me correct that. Are you a natural leader? Are you a made leader? And I don't think there's anything wrong with either, but I've seen a lot of people take on a lot of pressure that they were not ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Because even nowadays, and let's get really real and transparent, people are lying on their resumes
Yeah.
to get jobs,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you get the job. And let me say this. So I get to hear conversations behind the scenes with my corporates,
Yeah.
right? I get to hear all the conversations, and quite a few of them are in HR. So
Mm-hmm.
I get to hear so much.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have to be the vault because
Yes.
I hear way too much, period. Whether it's
Mm-hmm.
personal or whether it is professional, I hear so much. But are you a natural born leader? Is this position for you? Can you handle it? And should you even take the position? Should you even be applying for the position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, funny thing I like to bring in with that is sometimes people look the part, because we can dress you up. You can dress yourself up and you can look absolutely amazing, especially from here up
Mm-hmm.
when everything is on Zoom and online. And how do you interview? How do you interview as a leader? How do you interview others? And how do you interview yourself as a leader to, go into higher leadership? So those are my clients that I work with quite a bit. And when I tell you, it just reminds me from the beginning of business, the person that I see behind the scenes
Mm-hmm.
compared to the person that shows up on that camera
Mm-hmm.
is why I do my work. It's why I do what I do, Natalie.
Yeah.
Because I understand, like, oh wow, like you really have anxiety about this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh wow, it's hard for you to do this. So you're not even showing up as your authentic self in your interview or on camera. Some people horrible on camera,
Yes.
great in person, but as soon as that camera shows up,
Mm-hmm.
totally different person. Can't even, how some people are not great
Yeah.
test takers. Some people aren't great interviewers, and
That's true.
especially on camera. Some people have phobias to cameras.
That's
I'm
true.
talking about very high level educated people,
Yes.
right? So, who are you really?
Mm-hmm.
And, what are you applying for, and what are you being graduated to that you may not even, be quite ready for, but you're in it now.
Yeah.
And now you still have to be the leader, that
Yeah.
you took on.
So one of the things that you're saying, but you're not saying it. So I want to say it clearly
Uh-huh.
because Sharice is exemplifying it. And I want to say it clearly. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to lead and lead well, you've got to have a team around you.
Mm-hmm.
So one of
Mm-hmm.
my mentors actually just sold one of her companies for $6 million.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I remember her being on the phone with her one day is in the course of our conversation, she said, my accountant said this, my coach said this, my therapist said this, my doctor said this. And I feel like it was like maybe my lawyer said this. Like it
Mm-hmm.
just several different things in the conversation. And I was like, wow, this lady has a whole team of people that support her. You got a
Yeah.
doctor and a therapist and a coach. Like, and all of them are like, but yet she just sold one of her companies for $6 million. And that's
Yeah.
the second time she sold a company that I know of since I've known her. And so it is just so interesting to see leaders depend on their support.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because Sharice, you're always talking about the one woman show. Is no
Mm-hmm.
good. That you stop being a one woman show, become the CEO, and becoming that leader is having a team around you. And that's going to help build your confidence.
Yeah.
That is going to help you show up
Yep. Yep.
being very well put together.
Yeah.
And so lean on those people. And so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, sometimes there's this thing, I know I've had it, well, I need to do it on my own. Like I need to do everything. No, you don't. I'm gonna need you to let that go. You need to
Yeah.
figure out the thing you need to do and understand and do that.
Mm-hmm.
So Brian Tracy, y'all know that's my original coach first. I love Brian Tracy, but also Dan Sullivan. And they both talk about, and this is other guy talks about it again, working in your zone of genius. Brian
Mm-hmm.
Tracy very specifically says, figure out the three that you do and you do well, and that's what you need to be doing. And
Yeah.
everything else you need to be delegating and letting go.
Yeah.
Three.
Yeah.
Uno, dos, tres. One,
Right.
two, three.
Yeah.
However you need to, those three things. And so one thing to show up as a competent leader is to figure out what your three things are.
Mm-hmm.
If it's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
writing music, singing the music, then it needs to be writing the music, singing the music, and maybe, I don't know, booking shows for yourself, whatever goes with that, or showing up and smiling, whatever those
Yeah.
three things are, your zone of genius, zone of influence, those are the three things you need to be doing and delegating everything else. And so, yes, having a team can be expensive, it can also be inexpensive. So you can figure out, okay, I know my friend always dresses well. Let me have her pick out my three top outfits that I need to wear.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the Met counter and have them do a little tutorial for you for the afternoon and figure out, okay, what's the basic makeup I need to wear to show
Mm-hmm.
up. Uh, Everybody got a friend who's a photographer. It's just one of those things these
Mm-hmm.
days
Yeah.
who can help you and figure it out. But you got to have a team. Like
Yeah.
these people, hey, can you tell me? Can you give me some of your time? Can you do these things? You got to
Mm-hmm.
be okay asking. And so I think
Yeah.
that's another tip for being a confident leader is being okay asking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
can you help me with this? Do you mind? Do
Yeah.
you have some
Yeah.
time? I'm cook dinner. Can you come over here and take some pictures of me?
Yeah.
Look, while I'm cooking, because
Yeah.
selfies
Yeah.
are doing really well these days in all of the performance, what I'm hearing from all of the different coaches.
Yeah.
So, um, those, that's it. I
Yeah.
digress. I give it back to you.
Yeah. And I think, ownership
Mm,
is extremely important. Own your lane. Like she said, pick
mm-hmm,
three areas that you are really
mm-hmm,
good at, and work those areas, and everybody else do it. But what
mm-hmm.
are those areas that you
What
are
are those
good at?
areas?
Like, you need to be really clear about that,
Mm-hmm,
right? And at this mature space in entrepreneurship, you should know what you're good at, because even if you're just becoming an
Yeah.
entrepreneur, you've been in corporate or some space for a really long
Yeah.
time. So you should know at this point, what your strong points are.
Hmm.
Where am I strong and where am I weaker? Am I trying to do something over here because it's trendy and everyone else is doing
Hmm.
it? Or
Hmm.
am I doing it because I'm really good at it? Or
Yep.
let's also be clear, is there something that I'm really good at, but right now it's not profitable for me?
Mm.
That right there, that'll get you in trouble. So you have to use your discernment.
Yeah.
Profit right now, I think, is extremely important for unless
Hmm.
you have set yourself up in a different way,
Hmm.
where
Hmm.
profit is not the most important thing. Good for you. Congratulations. Send that
Yeah.
energy all the way over here.
Yeah.
Because we have to be profitable in everything that we do.
Hmm.
Right. So ownership,
Right.
own that thing, know what it is and own it. What do you say? What do you think you own, Natalie? What is something that you absolutely own?
I own, I'm excellent talking to people. I'm
Mm-hmm.
excellent talking to people. I am in that talking to people. One of the things that I know that I'm really good about, and I can't remember that guy's name who wrote the book, but he talks about your zone of genius, and then inside it, there's something that you're even better at. And
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that when I have conversations with people, I'm really good at getting to that thing that moves them that they're supposed to be doing, like distilling all of the noise down to really
Mm-hmm.
help them figure out what they're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I have learned the hard way is it's really simple. Like it really simple. The person's already been doing it. It's already on their heart. They don't realize it because they've already been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it comes so natural to them,
Yeah.
they
Mm-hmm.
can't even identify it as
Yeah.
something that they do or their zone of genius and excellence.
Yeah.
And I know that because, like, for me, I've always been talking. I got in trouble in school for talking. Like, I talk. If I can't do nothing
Mm-hmm.
else, I can talk.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when it came to me, okay, you're supposed to be a therapist who talk to people for a living, it was just like, what? But I had remembered all of the times before when people would say something like, you always talking. You can always talk to somebody. You can talk to anybody. And then it like all came back. And
Yeah.
so, and I help people figure that out for themselves. And I think
Yeah.
in between all of the other things, getting to that is really what I own and what I know I'm good at,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
helping them. And so I think that that's it. If I had to say three, speaking in public, I'm
Mm-hmm.
really good. I'm trying to become better and really like be like a $10,000 speaker. But
Yeah. You
I'm
are.
good. I'm good at that. Like I'm noticing like, oh, that was easy for me.
Yeah.
And so, um, yeah, so I'm really excited. I gotta say,
Yeah.
to like, yes, this is a great conversation we're having today, but also, and there's some of you guys who are out there too, is this all starting to come together, like
Yeah.
all of the things. And I remember
Yeah.
one of my supervisors said one time that God wastes nothing. But I think
No.
when you're in the middle of doing all of those 50 million things and trying to do them all at the same time, then it just feels like chaos, right? Like I
Mhm.
know I'm working, but I'm not getting anywhere. And
Yeah.
now it finally feels that like I feel everything coming together.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
that feels really, really good. And I want it for you guys too, which is why we're talking about being the confident leader today, so
Yeah.
that these little things will help you bring it together. So for
Mhm.
some of you guys, it's as simple as asking for help and getting your team together. And that's like the missing link. You've been scared
Yeah.
to ask for help.
Yeah.
For some of you other guys, you're trying to show up as if you have all of the answers. And that's
Mhm.
not what a confident leader does. You don't have to show up with all of the answers. You just got to
Right.
show up and be
Yeah.
able to utilize other people's minds and brains and ideas to what's best for your organization and move it forward. Some it's a little tweaking in your look and your image. Some is that being calm, learning
Mhm.
how to be calm. And so I want you guys to adopt. I want you to feel, I want you to know that it's all coming together. Like it's
Yes,
all coming together. The information you need is coming to you.
mhm.
The tip you need to coming to you. And you guys, it's often we build. And then there's I don't know if y'all have noticed it. There's this like zone of like silence, or it feels like I've been working forever. It's like where you've kind of gotten tired and you're almost there, and then something will happen and tip it on over. And so don't get tired in that spot
Yeah.
where it seems like it should have come together already and it hasn't. I want to speak to that person right now. It will. Like just
Mhm.
this is a wait for it. Like you've done the work, wait for it. You got to make a couple of more tweaks and then boom, like the floodgates are going to open for you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I think we've given you enough little things in this conversation today that for some of you guys, now the floodgate is going to open, you
Mhm.
know. And so, and keep looking for these small things because you've done all of this major work. It's usually that last 20% is the hardest, and then that last 10% is even harder than that last 20% to bring
Yeah.
it all together. And I'm
Yeah.
not sure why that is. I just went through, hey Q, she's on the phone today.
Mhm.
I just sent her like 3 projects. And then the funny thing is, I've been working on it for the last 3, 4 months. So now she got them all. And poor baby is probably like, oh my God, what is all of this? And it's like I had got them all to like 80 and 90%. And I couldn't get like it like sit down again to get it finished, to
Yeah.
get it over the finish line.
Yeah.
And so much of life is like that. And so just know you're not working in vain.
Right.
It is
That's
going to all come together. Now it's just doing those fine tunes and those tweaks and releasing it and letting it go.
true.
So,
Mhm.
okay. What else, Sharice, do you want to tell our leaders how to be confident, strategies to help them in the everyday? You know what I want you to do? Because we hadn't
Mhm.
talked about this in a while, but this is one of the things that I learned from you is keeping it
Mhm.
simple when you show up with your image.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so,
Yeah.
would you give us some like practical tips on just looking our best every day?
Yeah, so back to clarity, being clear, you should understand your colors, what colors work
Okay.
best on your skin tone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you should also understand what fabrics work, what looks work best on your body type, right? What hairstyle is most functional for your lifestyle?
Mm-hmm.
I think that you made such a great decision with your locks, and I think it's been a lifestyle change for you. And yeah, like I thought you were so pretty with with your sew-ins and the styles that we were doing, the colors and stuff, but the locks just they are a true journey and lifestyle for you. And they just, I don't know, they make you look so radiant, and it's it's something that's so becoming of you. So I didn't know exactly how they would look. I knew they would look good, but I didn't know that they would look this good, right?
Thank you.
So that natural state for some people's hair is just made for it, some people's personality and your lifestyle. So
Mm-hmm.
it's extremely important to just understand what works for you, right? And most
Mm-hmm.
times, listen, you can just go on YouTube and you can look up something simple, simple,
Yeah.
simple, right? Just go on.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is everywhere now. Pinterest and YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
One of the things that oddly enough helped me, and I know some of you guys don't remember this, but there was a show on TLC called What Not to Wear.
Yes.
It was so good.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
it was little things. So if anybody can go find that show. I haven't seen it at all, like on Netflix or anything.
Yeah.
But it was What Not to Wear. Stacy and Cliff, I can't remember his
Clinton.
name. Clinton.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And if you watch just one season of that show, you will have so many little things just about clothing and dressing yourself. And
Yeah.
that was a huge show. Like I should write them today. Just
Yeah.
shoes,
It was
clothes,
extremely
sizing
good.
your
Yeah.
clothes correctly.
Mhm.
Knowing your body type. Do you need
Yeah.
things that flare in, things that flare out? Just
Mhm.
things like that. So that
Yeah.
was huge. All right.
Yeah.
Let's say today people don't have that show. You saying they can go on YouTube. What would they Google? What would they?
Yeah.
I mean, what would they search
Well,
for?
So it's a couple of things, like, first of all, do you know your body type? You may not, you can Google that too, right? Here's the funny thing. A lot you can go Google anything, YouTube, Pinterest, all that. You can go Google anything that you want. But
Mhm.
what I noticed that a lot of people just really need that personal touch,
Yeah.
right? And I'm sure this is something that you find
Mhm.
too, Natalie. Like, all day long people can, put in Google what their issue is, right? But they're going to keep getting these surface answers, right? Because
Yeah.
every body type isn't an
Mhm.
hourglass and a triangle shape and a rectangle shape,
Mhm.
right? You might have all three or all one or two. Like, because we have some very
Right. Right.
interesting body shapes out here, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so if my body does this, I haven't seen it on the chart. So what am I
Right.
supposed to do?
Right.
Right? So that is why you seek a professional,
Mhm.
right? That is
Mhm.
why you go and you Google image consultant Sharice B, right?
Mhm. All right then.
So the thing is, find out what works for you.
Yeah.
I'm a high touch person. So if I'm Googling something, I'm typically going to Google it and then I want to know who is the person that's associated with me locally, right? I don't want the surface. I need to know exactly what I'm getting. So when it comes to how you're going to show up, care.
Yeah.
Okay, care. Care a lot because your
Yeah.
image is a lot. How you show up,
Yeah.
means everything. Care most about this here if you are online. So many people are only online. Care about your lighting, care about the colors you're wearing, care
Mhm.
about the makeup that you're putting on your face. Or if you're not wearing makeup,
Yeah.
care about your skincare.
Yeah.
Okay, just don't be average. I noticed that a lot of people show up on the camera like they just got out of bed. Would you really do that in the office? Or maybe you would.
Okay.
It says so much about how much you care about yourself, how you feel
Mhm.
about you,
Mhm.
right? So you can be extremely basic, instead of hair all over the place, slick that hair back, and put on a little bit of lip gloss and put on a color. Go put on a top, even if it's
Mhm.
black, go put on a top that
Mhm.
looks like you care.
Yeah.
It's extremely important
Yeah.
when you're showing up and doing business and trying, maybe you're not trying to impress people,
Mhm.
but it still matters. What you
Yeah.
look like matters,
Mhm.
you know, and I would say number one, colors. Know your colors and make
Mhm.
sure you know the hairstyle that fits your lifestyle and face shape,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
Then we're going to these outfits, that body type. Know your body type.
Mhm.
Those are the most important things.
Mhm.
Know the hairstyle that works best for you, know your colors, and know the clothes that fit your body type. Everything from there, we're pretty much accessorizing, right?
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Yeah. If y'all enjoyed this today, you are really going to enjoy our branding with intent full day workshop. You'll have me and Sharice both talking about this stuff all day long with you. So
Yeah.
you'll be right there in front of Sharice, who can tell you what you need to know about your image. And so definitely y'all sign up and come. We're going to make this a small event. Only 30 women are invited to come. It's April the 4th. We don't have the location yet, but it's going to be somewhere in Atlanta for those of you guys who are outside of Atlanta. It will be somewhere in Atlanta. And we're excited about it. It's going to be from 10 to 5 and we're just
Mhm.
going to have a great time. We're talking about
Yeah.
branding inside and out, branding with intention. So
Uh-huh.
Sharice is going to be talking
Yeah.
about the inside. I'm going to be talking about the outside being the business things that you need to do for branding. And I'm just excited. I'm excited because we get to have this conversation individually with you so we can go deeper. So you can
Mhm.
walk away with a sense of clarity, with a sense of purpose, knowing exactly what your next step is. And I think that's what happens with a lot of people. We have a lot of information in our head because we always listen to podcasts and we always watching YouTube videos. and all of the things and audiobooks. And so we know all of these things to do that we don't know what the next step is. And so you're going to walk away from our one-on-one day with you, knowing what your next step is and feeling like a confident leader. So I'm excited. So sign up somewhere in the show notes. You will have the, and next week I'll try to get a QR code to share with you guys, so I can share with you guys since we'll be live. But you'll have it's a link on Eventbrite. So okay. All right, anything else you want the people to know for today, Sharice?
I would say just, care a little more. If you're not, I know we're in that weird season, winter season. I guess we're going into spring in a minute. But, where we're kind of, just not so vibrant and, not so out in the open, but care about how you look and be ready for this spring. I have this post that I share often. Your body should be in the crock pot or something. I hope your body is in the crock pot getting ready for summer. It's so funny because it's like you need to be brewing, you need to be working on that body, you need to be working on whatever it is you want to pop out come spring, because it's coming, whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. Good. So, okay. Well, only thing I have for you guys today is keep on keeping on. Keep on
Yes.
keeping on.
Yay.
You are, but I don't know who this message is for, but you are almost there. Like, don't give up. You are almost there. Just a couple of more tweaks, fine tuning, and you're gonna see the floodgates open. And I don't know who that's for, but take it. Everybody take it as if though it's for them. Okay.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right. We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
All right,
Have a
bye-bye.
good one.
Oh wait, if y'all haven't followed me on LinkedIn, follow me on LinkedIn. I'm so close. Last time I looked at it, I needed 5 more people to hit 10K followers.
Oh, that's all? Oh my goodness. Okay,
I'm
we
so
gotta get your
close.
5 over
So
there.
if you have not followed me on LinkedIn, please follow me on LinkedIn. I'm almost there. And thank you guys for all of the support y'all and love y'all give us. All right, y'all have a great day. Bye.
Cool. Bye-bye.
Audio Jungle.